All right, so Terrence Howard has been going viral for exposing Hollywood. I mean, at this point, it's not in news anymore, right? Because now we all know that them people in Hollywood, especially men, they love clapping other men's cheeks. So the first one he did, that was 3 weeks ago with PBD podcast, and he talked about how Diddy wanted to clap his cheeks so bad. All right, let me just play it real quick. Y'all probably already seen it before, but I'm just going to play it again.
You know, there's a short life in.
Why do you think that is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man.
You let somebody else clap your cheeks. That's pretty much what he's saying.
A man don't take it. A man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
Facts.
You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing,
He's speaking some true shit, man. Let me skip to the Diddy party, man.
Out of their head. They can't get it out of their heart. End up on drugs. And they get to do it so that they, no matter what.
I'm trying to skip to the Diddy party.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking.
Puffy wearing them cheeks, though. You could have just said it. Yo, man, Terrence, I like your cheeks. I want to clap them. Easy, bro. Why you gotta waste his time to invite him for something that you don't even want to do? Oh, like was an acting coach. Puffy, you got money. You know you can hire the best acting coaches out there. You don't need Terrence. Although he's a great actor, but bro, come on, man.
I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then the
material he wanted to work on was the cheeks. Come on, bro. Easy to understand.
Okay. Hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you.
Yo, the way he said it was too funny, bro. But anyhow, so this was the first one that went super viral. And recently, it went on Bill Mayer's podcast, or Night Show, podcast, however you want to call it. This is what he said, right? This is it here.
I didn't. Lee Daniels never did Marvin Gaye.
That's a shame because that is a much more interesting stuff.
Perfect.
Well, Smokey's interesting, but
he went through shit.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
No, he's not.
and Marvin Gaye is. And I'm sorry, but drama's drama. And there's a lot more drama in getting killed by your dad.
Yeah, but the problem with
That's a story. I'm sorry to be the studio head who says that. But no, that's much more interesting. And Marvin Gaye was like, you would have been perfect as Marvin Gaye. And that is a story that needs to
I
be
will let
told.
you know what happened with that. I was over at Quincy Jones' house. I'm not dropping names. I'm just giving credibility to what I'm saying.
No,
what I'm
never
saying.
drop names. De Niro told me that.
Yeah. So, but I'm asking Quincy. I'm hearing rumors that Marvin would. I didn't. Lee Daniels never did Marvin Gaye.
That's a shame because that is a much more
Smokey would
interesting
have been perfect.
Well, Smokey's interesting, but
he went through shit.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
No, he's not.
All right.
And Marvin Gaye is.
That's about it. So, in case y'all don't know, Marvin Gaye was one of the greatest entertainers ever existed. Was killed by his dad because the dad found out that he was gay. It's funny how he got the name Gay and he was gay. I don't know if that name did something to him. Yeah, man, that's kind of sad. Nobody, like, I found out about Marvin Gaye being gay like maybe 3 years ago. No long ago, though. I never thought about him being gay. There's a documentary that yeah, bro, that's sad. This thing has been going on for a long time. I think Hollywood has been known for having men clapping all the men cheeks. So once you get addicted to that, you lose your man card, like he said, and you done. It's you gay forever. You cannot undo it. When you gay, you gay. So, and that's why you see some of, he made a good point, right? That's why you see some of them celebrities, they hook on drugs and certain things. And some of them, they just like, they sleep with a woman a lot, thinking that if they do that, it's going to undo the act that was committed on them, whatever the other man did to them or whatever they did to, because some of them, they penetrate too, right? Or whatever they did to other men. And that's why you see them with women all the time, trying to make you think like they only sleep with women. But now I can understand why they do that for. It's because they're trying to clear that from their mind, their brain, that okay, I was penetrated by a man or I penetrated a man. So he said he turned that role down. That role playing Marvin Gaye, he turned it down because he doesn't like gay. And people saying that, oh yeah, like recently Terrence has been looking a little weird. It seemed like he was touched before. I thought about it too, though. But to be honest with you, the way that he's speaking about these gay allegation things, I see both sides. Right? The first one's like he never did it, or maybe he lost a lot of money because someone wanted him to do some gay shit. He said no to that, and he lost a lot of money. He was like, fuck it, I'm going to expose them. Or something happened to him without his consent. Something that happened was kind of close. Like maybe somebody, let me think. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe somebody, right, suck his dick without him noticing he was drunk or some shit like that, because there was a picture of him like at this party. It was circulating on the internet. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe somebody was trying to touch his dick or touched his dick when he was sleeping on drugs, some shit like that, kissing, but there was no penetration. So he feels like, okay, as long as I didn't get penetrated, I'm not gay. I still can talk about this thing, but I'm going to expose them because they almost got me too, though. And people saying, yeah, he looks a little weird. Hey, I noticed that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he started looking a little weird recently. But what I came to conclusion, I'm like, maybe that's just how he is. And the fact that he's getting older and that character manifesting more on him. Because sometimes happen, right? Some people, the older they get, some things start becoming more visual, showing a little more than when they were a little younger. That's what I assume. But the way he's talking about it, I don't think he got penetrated. Maybe some happened a little close, and now he's like, fuck it, I'm going to expose it. But this is not really new. But hearing it from someone from Hollywood, it makes more sense, right? We kind of trust a little more. I would love him to do more podcasts. I think he wanted to do he want to do a pod. He want to start start a podcast that he gonna be talking about Hollywood. Let me see, Terrence Howard. I don't know if this picture, I seen it. I seen it on the internet. I'm not sure if it's a Photoshop because I know. So this is the picture here. This looks like him at Diddy's party, and this doesn't look like the picture was photoshopped. It looks like a real picture of him and Diddy. All right, this is a here. This was in 2006. So when Diddy was trying to clap based on his story, because he said that Diddy invited him, they wanted to hang out. When around what time was that happening? Because this is 2006, and Diddy seems like he was trying to clap them chicks for a long time. So I'm thinking about the time frame. So if he went to the party, but he said that he never went to Diddy's party, but we have a picture of him with Diddy at Diddy's party. Unless this was just an event but this looks like one of them Diddy parties to me. Terrence Howard doesn't say exactly when this alleged attempt by Diddy occurred. That's another thing too. We didn't get the year though. What year was it? I think PBD podcast didn't ask about the time frame, but she claimed he was invited to Diddy's place when the music mogul asked Terrence for acting lesson. Terrence claimed Diddy had no material to work on and just started. Okay, I see. But I'm like, okay, 2006 you went to a party and it seems like Diddy got super close, and we know things that have been happening in them parties. Usually they lace your drink or lace the drinks. So, and this one looks like Diddy already planned something, and then now he's taking pictures like, oh yeah, man, I might eat that shit tonight. Let me take some pictures. Let me get myself hard a little, ready mentally, get cozy. Let me hug a little bit before I hug it without clothes. I mean, for you to be at Diddy's party, like I said, maybe something happened, but he didn't get penetrated. Because he said he never been at Diddy's party, any Diddy's parties, but we see a picture of you with Diddy in 2006, and we know Diddy has been clapping chicks for a long time. Don't tell me that in 2006 Diddy was not clapping men chicks. I believe he was clapping his men chicks. So this is a little questioning here. But hey man, he say he never done it, because nowadays we cannot trust these people like in Hollywood anymore. Because you never know, man. These Hollywood people, they've been just acting a little crazy, and this also says a lot about his character in Empire, right? Lucius. He played Lucius. One of his sons was gay. What's the guy's name again? I forgot that guy's name. Who say he's the gay Tupac or some shit like that, and you can tell he played that role very good because he disliked people being gay. I think that was a good one for him to play. Yeah, he said he turned this role down because he said it turned down the role to play Marvin Gaye because he found out Marvin Gaye was gay. He didn't want to kiss another man because I would cut my lips off. That's what he said. Okay, I mean the way he talk about this gay shit, it seems like something happened we don't know, but we're gonna find out eventually though. We're gonna find out eventually, but kudos to him for being, himself, speaking his truth, all right, which is good. That's all I have to say, man. Y'all let me know what do you guys think. Do you guys think that, he got clapped at least one time, or something happened that was super close and he found out about it? It was like, yo, let me expose these niggas. But anyhow, man, I'll catch you next time. Peace and family. I'm out.